everybody. Welcome back to our virtual class. Again, my name is Dean Rainier Perez and I will be your instructor for today. Today's recipe, we will do our pecan pie. In order for us to do our pecan pie, we need two components. First, the pie crust, and next, the pie filling. We will do our pie crust right now. Before I start, I would just like to remind everybody that our recipe is already uploaded in our learning management system. You can go ahead and refer to the recipe booklet that I have uploaded there. So let's start with our pie crust by adding our flour to a sifter. Again, it's very important, guys, to sift your flour before you even start mixing. I'm sifting our flour right now. If you can sift more, it's better. Alright, that's good. And now I'll be using the aid of a food processor to mix our pie crust. But at home, you can just use 2 forks in order to do this. So it's easy for you and you don't need this fancy tool. But for the purpose of demonstration, I will be using our food processor to show you how I do my own pie crust. What I'll do is I will dump in the flour into our food processor. Make sure that I have everything inside. And onto this, I will add sugar, white sugar. And it is important if you're making your pie crust, you are using chilled butter. Our butter there. Alright. So, for us to cover and pulse this. What you're trying to look for here is that we're trying to copy the texture of cornmeal. Alright, so when I see that the flour is already incorporated with the butter, I will add now our chilled water. All at the same time. And then do a pulse again. After working it out in the food processor, it's time to transfer it into a clean surface. Of course, making sure that your surface is really clean. And you will start using your hands in order to do this. Okay. Of course, don't be afraid of using your hands. Just make sure that we do not overdo our crust, and we're just gathering together all of our ingredients. We are not really kneading it, but we're just combining it. So we are just forming into a ball. We do not want to overdo this at all. We're just wanting to combine everything. At this point, I will divide it already into two. Look at how flaky that is. Okay, that's really what you want. Okay, and then I will put this in the refrigerator so that the gluten will actually rest and also the butter be chilled at the same time. First in cling wrap, and these dough will go to our chiller. Remember, not the freezer, just to chill so that the butter and the proteins and the gluten will actually rest for a while. Okay, it's time to work with our pecan filling. So I have 3 cups of pecans here, and I am just going to roughly chop it, but not everything, because the rest I will just be putting on top of the pie. So it's arranged very, very nicely on top. Just roughly chop this. No need to be very precise at this moment. We just need this to be going into our filling later on. And we're done. Alright, so let's start mixing our filling. First we have eggs. Alright. We also add in our vanilla. And then this is our light corn syrup. Again, don't waste your ingredients. Dapat simot. And right now we will add 2 types of sugar. We have the brown sugar, white sugar, and then our salt. And then we will be starting mixing this. So, chill na yung ating dough. And then what we'll do is to dust a little bit of flour in our surface. Not too much. This is the pie pan that we will be using. We will also dust a little bit in the pan that we will be using for later on. This. Put a little dusting also on top and on your. It's important that you also rotate. This is a very forgiving dough. So kapag nakakita ka ng crack, that's fine. Just pull it together. I'm going to use a little bigger rolling pin. Make sure that I have everything covered, and then I rotate well. fixing the side. Voila, we will just be putting this on top of our pie pan. When you're done with the pie, you use this fork, very basic, for the design that we want. Remember, I have discussed this during the lecture component. By this time, I'm just showing you what we can do as a design for the sides of your pie pan. Okay. So this is an open face type of pie. And that's how we do it. Alright, so at this time we will put in our chopped pecans, just to make sure that we have pecans in every bite. You're just layering it down in the bottom of the pie crust. Alright, and then we will level off. Some will float actually. And this time we will add in our filling here. Alright. That actually looks really, really good. We will just make sure that we get everything. And now it's the fun part. We will be decorating our pie with pecans all around. Right? Make sure na hindi lulubog. Right, so now to finish, we will put a little egg wash. This is just plain egg, guys, on the side so that it will give it a little bit of color when it actually bakes. Alright, we will be putting that in the oven now for 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes, and then after 10 minutes we will lower down the temperature to 350 and we will make this bake until 35 to 40 minutes. All right, our pie is now ready to bake. So our pecan pie is done. You must cool this completely, and my personal suggestion is that you chill it in the refrigerator and then serve it with your favorite ice cream on top. My favorite is vanilla ice cream, but sometimes most of the people want this served warm and with toppings of vanilla ice cream. So that is our recipe for today, pecan pie. I hope you enjoyed and learned a lot. Again, this has been Dean Rainier Perez, your instructor for bread and pastry.